Into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah for the boys 6A state tournament quarterfinal. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Thrilled to be joined by Andrew Blanchard for this one. And look, this game, we talk about Westlake. This has been the #1 team in 6A for most of the year. They come off of a late losing streak. They were untouchable for the majority of the year. A couple late losses in the season in region play. And how do you try to get confidence back going for this group, Coach? They won a first round or a second round playoff game. They're back here this side, but how do you feel like they're coming in mentality-wise to this quarterfinal?
Well, they've got good coaching. So Coach Carling's going to have them ready to go. They're playing at a high level. They lost some close games there in Region 3, and I expect them to be playing at the highest level that they can possibly play tonight.
They were three-way champs in Region 2 with Harriman and with Bingham. They're trying to hold water for what I think is the deepest region in all of 6A, but they're going up against this Lone Peak team, which has been a gritty group. They've been hot and cold, had some peaks, and they've got two fantastic players in Crew Fotheringham and Saxon Young. How do you expect Lone Peak to try to attack Westlake this morning?
Yeah, I think they're going to attack him off the dribble. A lot of one-on-one looks with Saxon Young and Crew Fotheringham, and it's really going to be a good matchup defensively for Westlake to hold them down as they go inside right to Crew right away.
That's what they need. Got to get him established and going early. We were talking before the game, and I said if he comes out aggressive, that's a great sign for Lone Peak. I love they go to him early.
Yeah, just going into the post to him and getting his confidence going is important, that he doesn't just stay behind the three-point line the whole night.
This Westlake offense, it's very balanced. If you have not seen them play, they've got what I call 5 of the same guy. They can all do everything. They shoot the ball extremely well. They go inside here to Sika. And Coach, we were talking, you said you wanted to see Sika be aggressive and work inside out today.
Yeah, he's just a strong player at the guard line, and especially if they switch tonight, Lone Peak, he's going to have some good matches there on the block. So going to him is going to be really important for Westlake to see some success.
This Westlake team, Graydon Anderson leads them with 13 a game. Brody Thompson, 12. Sika, 13. Norwood, 11. Again, I mean, they've got very balanced top-end scoring for this roster. You never know who's going to be the guy. As here's Brody Thompson. He's been the guy a lot this season, Fotheringham defending him. Thompson trying to get a little contact there, bump, no call. That shot blocked. Saxon Young can't quite keep it and stepped out of bounds. It'll be Lone Peak basketball.
I like both teams going inside early, trying to get it to some of their premier players to get some confidence. And Thompson's going to be a load from the 3 and inside tonight.
So Lone Peak bring it up the floor. Here's the aforementioned Saxon Young. He's an energetic guard. Oh, man.
It's a great one-handed pass there. Good catch, good designed play.
Jaden Hughes with the elevation. The senior averaging 6 a game, but he's got the early dunk on the other end. Norwood with the take and the answer.
Yeah, it's going to be big for Lone Peak. They've got to stay in front of Norwood. Contest his 3, which he's shooting a pretty high percentage this year.
I mentioned 5 guys who are all kind of the guy, and they can all drive just like Norwood did there. They can also all shoot. Fotheringham, little mid-range fadeaway, rattles in.
Man, he is tough if he gets downhill and can do a little step backs like that. He's going to be tough to guard.
He's just a junior as well. So Saxon Young, who he had that block, at least he thought he did, but whistled here for the foul, and this will send Graydon Anderson to the free throw line as we have a look here at the replay.
Nice little back door, good flush. Elevating at the rim. Good play.
Quick step, because, I mean, Sika's actually watching that play. I mean, he's watching the movement there of Hughes, but
he's shooting somewhere close to 90% from the free throw line, Anderson, and he is, I mean, this Westlake team doesn't miss very often at the free throw line. They're very confident there.
Coach Carling always does such a great job with his program. Been on the doorstep a couple times. Anderson able to go 2 for 2.
Almost jinxed him there, but he made the finish.
That's when you know you're a real broadcaster. when you start with the jinxes. Hughes hands off. Crew from the junction. Oh, goodness. 2 defenders there. Didn't matter.
Yeah, Westlake's really got to keep him off his spots. If he's going to get to that mid-range and not have much after him, you're going to be in trouble all night.
Anderson too strong on that take, came off the glass hard. Rebound by Brimhall. Fotheringham working inside here with Broadhead. He's pushed out. Hughes straight away. That 3 just came off.
It's a good look by Lone Peak, though. This team can really run, Westlake.
Yep.
Running in transition, and that's one of their strengths of pushing the ball up the floor with Anderson.
They like to get that ball moving as well.
Little ghost screen. It's a great straight line drive.
Norwood maybe took one up high. He went to the floor right after that shot went down. Looks like he's okay.
You know, he's really establishing that he's going to get to the rim today. And people have been covering him outside the three this year. So he's really taken that as a step to get to the rim and set his game up for the rest of the day.
Doubled there up top. Caton able to recover it. Had it knocked away. Sika. Oh, nice recovery there defensively. Brimall able to get a hand on it and knock that away. Last touch by Westlake.
I'd love to see Sika get downhill there. No one really stopped him at the ball, and he had a chance to have a 3-on-2, just being aggressive to the rim.
Caton works to the corner.
Got to keep him off his spot here. Good defense.
Thompson took that drive away. Three-point shot by Caton won't go. Ball comes back to him. Nice take and finish there by Cole Caton.
Yeah, got to keep teams off the offensive glass.
That three would not go. Loose ball and recaptured by Anderson. Little wraparound for Jensen, won't go. And a loose ball foul.
Yeah, state tournament, you got to make these little bunnies,
Yep.
and sometimes those are tough in traffic. Great opportunity for him, but he's had a great year this year, especially in Region 3 play.
The three-point shot so important for this Westlake offense. They had that early look, it didn't go. But man, when they get hot from long range, you are in trouble.
Little 1-2-2-2 look, trapping corners for Westlake, trying to be aggressive.
Hughes, that three is good. How about the start for Jaden Hughes? One at the rim, one from three.
Yeah, Lone Peak has already taken some really good shots, haven't forced anything, and gotten to their spots.
Out of the corner.
2-3 zone for Lone Peak.
Sika left open. He hits
big.
that three.
It's really big. I mean, Sika can really shoot it. He can play. That's a good sign for Westlake.
30-second timeout, great sign. We were talking before the game, and I said, I feel like Malik Sika, he has energy threes. When he hits a three, that whole team feeds off of it, and you can see the response by the students as well as the bench after that one went down. Take a lot of confidence from Malik Sika's ability to hit that shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, he stepped into his shot with confidence and knocked it down, so it's going to be big moving forward for him.
Talk about this, you have a look there, the Lone Peak huddle. Westlake, though, I mean, Coach Carling, he's been there for so long. He's done such a great job. What has impressed you most about the job he's done at Westlake High School?
Well, just the balance of his teams. You know, you can see all over his roster that he doesn't just have one or two guys that can play, and his teams always are looking to make the extra pass, and then just more importantly, he gets them to defend. And so usually man-to-man defense is kind of his key, and they just play physical man-to-man defense, and that's what's so impressive about Coach Carling, and I think he gets that from his dad, from his Alta days.
And we had a chance to interview Coach Carling earlier this year, and he talked about just the pleasure he gets from coaching with his dad and all that he's learned from his dad in terms of player management, culture, and then obviously tactically, is that take no good. Offensive board here by Broadhead. Goes back up, too strong. And it will stay here.
Yeah, Coach Ron Carling just has a wealth of knowledge. Has been through every situation, and to have somebody on your bench that, you know, you can lean on is really beneficial as a head coach.
Inbound with Fotheringham. That shot clock was reset just prior to that ball going out.
Back to man-to-man.
Hughes. Look out. Hughes, he's feeling it here early. He's got 8 first quarter points for Lone Peak.
Yeah, digging down from the corner, strong side, trying to make it so Fotheringham can't get to his spot. It's going to give some open looks for other role players on Lone Peak to make shots. and he's doing it right now.
Jensen, that might have been deflected. And by Broadhead is Fotheringham bringing it up the floor.
They're going to make him go one-on-one all night. They're not going to leave much.
Nope. That pass intercepted by Anderson.
Look out, when he's downhill, he is dangerous.
Thompson, little pump fake, gets to the rim, no.
Can't have fouls right here in the first quarter on off rebounds. You got to just get back, lick your wounds, and go to the next play for Westlake.
So I love that decision, though, by Thompson, because I think if you're in a high school gym, he's taking that three and he's probably hitting it here. But here it's like, I'm going to free up the lane, get to the rim, and I know that one doesn't go. But it's a great decision, and one that he'll normally hit that shot.
Back to a 1-2-2 extended traps.
Work to the corner, open look.
Great pass.
Skylar Andrioli with the three for Lone Peak. The long ball in the side of the Knights here early. Norwood will try, and he hits it.
There's his game. I mean, within the tunnels, he can really shoot those threes. And he's off to a great start in this first quarter.
Yeah, had that early drive, right? And now able to stick out, hit that three. Thompson here, looking to defend. Hughes. Ooh, that just came out.
Yeah, they're still sticking with it where they're going to be in those gaps on Fotheringham. Other guys are going to get open shots.
Sika from the corner.
Great look. There he goes.
Time out. Oh. No, we've got a foul away from the basketball, and this is going to go on Brimhall. This is going to be Westlake basketball. No. Yes.
Yep. Westlake ball, it looks like. Little scuffle after the shot. Need to be careful if you're Lone Peak here, letting Sika get going. He can flood in shots and plays.
I'm not gonna lie. I talked to you. I talked to a few others. I was curious if the Westlake long ball would be able to find itself here at the Huntsman Center. Early on, it has.
Yeah, it looks like what do they have? 3 threes already in the first quarter. And if they're making threes, they're really tough to guard.
Really tough. Anderson, that shot was off. Offensive board, put back and scored here by Sloan Sua.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Anderson get to the rack. I mean, get to his right hand on his strength and create for others and draw 2 defenders.
Norwood coming over there on the help. Shot won't go there by Broadhead, and a foul called on Lone Peak. Westlake, they starting to look pretty confident here, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of warming up, but Lone Peak, Drew Fotheringham, I love his game right now. He's a willing passer. He hasn't forced anything. That's a great action that they just showed there on the roll, off the pick and roll. So I like where they're going, and shot selection is going to be a key for Lone Peak.
2-point lead for the Knights.
Back to a 2-3 zone with Lone Peak.
Worked inside, Norwood, that shot won't go.
It's a good look for him.
Fotheringham bringing it up.
Just want to be careful with Thompson here, not getting in any foul trouble, nothing silly.
Yeah, he has the one. Fotheringham. Ooh.
It's a good look.
Yep.
Look out here.
Anderson, just wide. Boy, an entertaining first quarter. Lone Peak leading Westlake 19-17 in the quarterfinal here in the 6A state tournament. You're watching it on KSLSports.com.
So now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
2-point game as we start our second quarter. Westlake basketball. Dane Stewart, Andrew Blanchard here with you. Entertaining first quarter, Coach. Anything surprise you?
No, I mean, this is two really good teams and two good regions that are going to battle it out all 4 quarters. And so as Lone Peak steps out in a 2-3 zone.
Saxon Young back on the floor here for Lone Peak at the top of that zone with Hughes.
That was a kind of an extensive sitting for Young there. Doesn't usually sit so much.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised Jensen takes this three. He hits it. Walker Jensen with another Westlake three. It's their first lead of the game here early in the second.
Yeah, I mean, all 5 guys, right? We talked about it. All 5 guys on Westlake can play, and you've got to guard them accordingly. And so they're going to be tough.
I like this. Sua defending Fotheringham. Young around the screen. He'll take the three. No. Hughes. That shot wouldn't go, and the rebound to Norwood.
Those are shots that Saxon can make, but I'd like to see him turn the corner and take a little bit better shot as he comes back in. I know he's trying to get going.
Blocked inside by Broadhead. Boy, they needed that because that defense felt like it was a little disorganized with some of the ball movement there early. Hughes kicks out. The old pass and crash.
Yeah, that's a Nate Carling special right there, and just having guys have discipline to take charges. It's always tough to have a team that take charges like that.
You know, my good friend Dusty Litzer, he always hated the pass and crash. Your take?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but it's part of the game. And you got to get to 2 feet and be under control.
Well, you're a man in authority. Can't you work that out, Coach? Hayden Anderson with the three.
Well, there he goes. I think we've got 4 different players with threes now from Westlake.
How about this run for the Thunder? It's a 4-point lead, and they've got it, and they're running here again.
And this is where they're deadly. Transition, shooting threes and getting to the rim.
Mentioned when they start to feel it, it is a tough team to keep pace with. Sika.
It's that little dribble drive to a dribble spin with the smaller guard on him. You can't really have a smaller guard guarding him as he gets to the rim.
I know this offensive foul.
Yep, timeout would be a good thing here.
Yeah, Izzy is going to take it. The jacket is off. Izzy.
The tie flip.
Frustrated. Got to find something for his team here. This is unofficially a 16-3 Westlake run.
Yeah, they're going, and once they start going, it's really hard to stop them. So it's a good timeout by Coach. You know, let's talk about Lone Peak's coaching staff. All in ties. You don't see that anymore.
No, you don't.
You know, I like to see them. It's a big moment being in the state tournament and having a shirt and tie on it. You know, pre-COVID, it's nice to see those guys in the shirt and tie.
You know, I'm trying to remember where I saw it or heard it. There was someone making a big deal about, like, hey, coaches need to get back into, like, being professional and get out of some of the jumpsuits that we see all over the place, right? Get out of coaching gear and on the sidelines, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. Izzy, he always does that. He's always a suit and tie guy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different coaches that don't want to wear the tie, and that's fine as long as they look sharp. But I think it's something to say when you have a coach in a shirt and tie, and it's a big moment, and he looks professional. He looks good.
I know there's a lot of coaches that they'll whip it out for state tournaments. You talk about kind of the specialness of the moment, right? I remember Coach Andy Stokes on the football side. He always wore a shirt and tie at the site. He was like, no, that's you know, we respect like that stage, that moment. A lot of different philosophies on it, but you know, Coach Engel, his bench, yeah, they're all dressed up, looking sharp.
Little zipper action.
Sika worked inside, boy. I don't know how he got that shot away. Loose ball foul here.
That's what you want to see if you're Coach Carling. You want to see him getting downhill and being aggressive and not just staying outside the three. That's a great take, a little unlucky, but you know, you're encouraged by that take from Sika.
where it's been a while since Lone Peak has been able to score, do you look for them to go to Crew here and try to take advantage of his offensive ability?
Yeah, it looks like that's kind of what they were doing. A little cross screen from Young to a down screen, little shuffle action. Just pass was a little off the mark.
Right now, it feels like Lone Peak a little bit out of sorts.
So Westlake going a little bit smaller here. We'll see what they're trying to do, or if they're going to come back. Zipper action back again to a handoff.
Anderson.
Little pin down. Uh-oh.
That three's good by Sika.
That's
another
three.
one.
That's three, and he can get it going. He's a good player.
19-3 run here by the Thunder. Young doubled. Extra pass into the corner. Brimhall, no. Big rebound there by Broadhead. Going back up,
Good take.
and he's fouled.
You know, this is where Lone Peak's really just got to be disciplined, right? As things aren't going their way, they've got to take good shots, and that was a good extra pass to the corner. Those will fall as you keep on making those extra passes. Don't force contested jumpers.
2 free throws here for the junior Camden Broadhead. He will score the first. I would imagine, again, I've never had to coach against it, I haven't played against it, but with the ability of Westlake to go on the runs like they just have, that can get overwhelming very quickly. And Broadhead able to make a pair there. Good for him and for the Knights to see that ball get through the bucket.
Yeah, I think they can kind of get some motivation from there. Going back to his Princeton actions. Another pin down for Sika.
He'll drive
Triple
off this
spin.
one. And that won't go.
Starting to feel it.
Yeah, Lone Peak gets a little stop there. See if they can build on it.
Switch off the ball screen. This is a good mismatch for Saxon Young.
They'll screen again. He'll take the three, hits it. Saxon Young is just a gamer, isn't he?
He is. He's heady. I mean, he is fearless. He's not afraid of making a play. It's great take by Anderson.
How did Anderson free that up? I mean, the defender's between him and the bucket, and next thing you know, he's on his back and he's got a lay-in.
Yeah, I think it's getting to 2 feet, you know, and being patient under there. He's strong, so it makes it look easy.
Saxon Young, corner three. Oh, man.
These are contested shots that when they go in, they're nice, but if they don't fall, you're going to be in trouble. Great shot by him, though.
And 3 in the lane. It will go back to Lone Peak. How about the Knights building some momentum here in this second quarter?
Yeah, Saxon having 2 straight threes. I'd be really concerned on letting him get going here and get a third.
3.5 to go here in this first half.
Coming back to the ball screen with those 2. Good
into
extra.
the corner. Brimhall denied at the rim.
Good
Sika.
shot to take, though.
Sua gives back to Graydon. Anderson here working baseline, had it knocked away. Boy, Saxon Young, not only with the offense, there with the defense.
Yeah, took a risk with the back swipe. Got some ball.
Hughes hands back to Fotheringham. Have not heard from Cruz since the early minutes of this game.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Thompson's done a good job on him after he had the first 6 points.
10 on the shot clock here for the Knights.
Looks like we're going to isolate him. We're not going to have time for that. Saxon's got to go.
You got to get a shot away. They just do. That does not draw rim. That'll be a shot clock violation.
It's a bad possession. Once you get down to 10 seconds on your shot clock, Saxon can't give that ball up. Got to keep his dribble and then just go get downhill or get to his 3.
How about that block inside by Sika? And we talk about the energy he brings after every play, be it a 3. Even after that block, you see like that fist pump, right, and the yell and just the energy that he plays with and brings to this roster. It's I mean, it emanates through the rest of this lineup and students and bench and everyone.
Absolutely. Going back to their zipper looks. Oh, he's hunting.
They lost him.
It's a good shot for him right there.
Yeah, rare first half miss there for Sika.
Can't let him walk into threes.
Oof, they're probably fortunate on that one, and here's going to be a loose ball foul on the Knights. This will go on Broadhead. Be the third team foul on Lone Peak.
Yeah, if you're going to let Saxon Young walk into threes, you might have a long night.
Tough, yep.
And so you really got to turn him and not let him get to his spot there.
I feel like, you can tell me your opinion. I feel like he's maybe the best quick three shooter in the state, right? Like you talk about the walk-ins, even the one from the corner, it's like snap decision, get it up.
Yeah, and the stats would reflect that, over 60-something threes on the season.
This one turned over. Caton gives back to Fotheringham. He's dissecting, hands off, inside, fouled. And that's going to be Thompson, his second.
It's another great pass. I mean, he could have easily gone in and had a little bit of a contested shot. He makes the extra pass to his teammate, and now they're going to the free throw line. And foul trouble will be a problem if you're making those extra passes and getting to the rim. 2
for Thompson. You okay with him staying on here for the final 90 seconds?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I think you take him out. You don't. He's going to have a long day trying to guard Fotheringham, so you don't want to risk a third.
And we talk about Brody Thompson and all he does for this Westlake team. Usually he's known for his offense, but my opinion, you can tell me if I'm wrong, it feels clear like, hey, Brody, we need your defense today. We got other guys to help on the offensive end. We need you to really lock down the defensive end.
And it takes a special player to be able to switch those gears, right?
Yeah.
And every game's going to be different in the state tournament as we're playing 3 games in a row. So he's got to be able to take that role and magnify it.
I asked, Coach Carling about this group in particular and kind of the strength of so much diversity. And he said, hey, look, these guys don't care whose night it is. They love that any of them can, and they're willing to have those kinds of unselfish days to help the team. Is inside this scored by Sloan Sua.
Yeah, I like that play. They're setting a pin down for the corner, and then he just slips and looks for a post when they switch.
That one knocked out by Sika. He'll stay here.
Good hands by Sika.
Young going to come back on the floor here for Lone Peak. 1:05 to go. Knights have done a nice job battling back in this game. Felt like Westlake was building a lot of momentum, and they've taken some of that back.
Yeah, Saxon Young's 2 straight threes kind of put him right back in it. Don't let it come back to Saxon Young here.
Yeah.
Deny him.
Now it's Anderson who's intent on that.
Back door. To double staggered for Saxon. Here we go. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
He's got Jensen defending. Little step back 3. Saxon Young, no. Saved by Caton. What a play. And a foul called on Sua, I believe.
It's tough. 1 second left on the shot clock to get a foul. Young's move was pretty good.
It was.
Just contesting, that's all you can ask for Westlake.
How about that save by Caton, though? He had to leap far to reel that one back in. 2 more free throws here for Camden Broadhead. He's been probably the most frequent visitor to the line today for Lone Peak, because that first one, no good. Young going to come off the floor here.
Got to make free throws in the state tournament. These are big. I know it's only the second quarter, but you can't give up points.
Missed and Bull. Fotheringham with the offensive board. Caton, he'll drive right to.
Great pump fake to a straight line drive.
Little maverick move there for Cole Caton. Pulls it back to within 1. Shot clock turned off.
Try to get something going for Sika, or have Braden get downhill to his right hand. Fake handoff to a Will action.
Norwood on the drive, too strong.
It's a good take by Norwood.
Caton works to the middle, will throw it up, and it's just short. What a first half here in this 1-9 matchup. 32-31, Westlake leading Lone Peak. You're watching the 6A state tournament on KSLSports.com. Getting ready to start our second half here. Westlake leading Lone Peak in the 6A quarterfinals, 32-31. Dane Stewart, Andrew Blanchard with you. Coach, your thoughts of that first half as we have a look here at our 6A state tournament bracket, see how we got here. Sorry, that's a bad lead-in by me. We'll make up for that. You see, we're playing in that top left, the winner to take on the Lehigh Pioneers. Now your thoughts of that first half, Coach.
Well, what a great first half for both teams. Kind of what I expected. A couple of runs early for Westlake, and then counter punches from Lone Peak.
I'll say this as Fotheringham here kicks out. This corner three from Caton, no good, tapped out, and it will be Westlake basketball. The way that Westlake shot the ball in the first half was bananas, even compared to their usual shooting percentage.
It was bananas, but 6 for 9, I believe they were from the three.
Yep.
And if they continue that, they're going to be hard to knock out of this tournament.
You're going to win a lot of games when you shoot 67% from beyond the arc. Here is Norwood handing off. This will be Sika. That three's good. My goodness. He is now 4 for 4 from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, he comes off that screen, and the big's got to come up and high channel that a little bit better. We need Fotheringham to start getting to the rack, and that's a great pass, right? But they start their first play with a high post touch to him, and he's got an avenue, and he draws and kicks, which is a good play. I just want to see him be a little bit more aggressive here in the third quarter.
He was 3 of 4 in the first half, had 6 points. We were talking about it and said, feels like Westlake's maybe taking him out a little bit of this game with their defense and with his unselfish play, which, as you're going, that's a good thing to have. Yeah. But at moments like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to go make a play. And that's a tough balance to strike.
Yeah, it is, and that's by design by Coach Carling, is that they don't want Fotheringham to beat them. They're going to make other guys do that, but at some point he's got to get after it a little bit more.
Here's Thompson, little wraparound pass inside to Norwood, is kicked out. Anderson now trying to dissect, gives to Jensen.
Rattled out.
And it will be Lone Peak basketball.
Yeah, it's a good look for Jensen. He's shooting at a high percentage from that left wing, and he usually knocks those down if he gets an open look.
Rebounds were well in favor of Lone Peak. 18-12, I don't think a surprise there. Lone Peak has length on the interior.
Another back door to Fotheringham, battles through, that's his third.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is a decision time for Carling. Looks like he's gonna make the change. It's hard because, Thompson sat the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, and now he's going to sit for an extended period of time. It's just hard to get going after that.
Yep. We mentioned Brody Thompson, just 0 of 2 from the floor today. But again, I made the
lob play, double lob play.
Fotheringham, there you go.
There you go.
I made the assessment. I think they are more interested in his defense than offense today. Speaking of Brody, he's done a really nice job, and now you wonder with him on the bench, do they try to go to Crew and take advantage? We'll see.
Yeah, I think Crew's going to have a little bit more space with having Sika, who's a little bit smaller on him.
Graydon Anderson there with that drive, and he is one of the better players at being able to attack on the dribble like that. Is a stoppage here afterward. I think Coach Engel uncertain the reasoning.
So they're putting Sua on Fotheringham now. That's going to be a good mismatch if they get inside. Wow, good take.
Young there, drawing the contact. He'll head to the line. That's already the third team foul on Westlake in this third quarter, Coach.
It's just so hard to keep Young out from the nail. You try to get him so you can flatten him out, but he just goes so aggressively that it's hard not to foul him.
Pair of free throws coming up here for Saxon Young. Lone Peak was 4 of 6 from the line in that first half. Missed the first one here.
Yeah, got to lock in and knock these down.
One more here for Young. There you go. 2-point game.
Going back to the Princeton action. Look for a high post catch. Looks like they're ball screen off of it.
Young stepping in front of that. They'll now work inside with Norwood. He'll take the quick shot. No, that rattled out. And a foul going to be called inside here on Fotheringham.
It's big for Sua to to be able to crash the boards there, putting a little pressure to box them out.
First personal on Crew.
Jensen coming off, tight curl.
Oh, little bump there. He'll stay here.
Really like to see Westlake go back to Sika. He is playing so well right now. Let him cook a little bit. Coming back
there
off.
You go,
there
Coach.
It is. Uh-oh.
He'll take this three. No.
Not a bad look. 4 for 5. Westlake will deal with that. Coming back to some little run and jump.
Little extended defense. Hughes here trying to take advantage. Buys to the floor, no call. Westlake here on the run. Norwood, pull from 15. That shot won't go. Fotheringham with the board. Young now settling it down. That pass intercepted by Sika.
Good D.
No, boy, Fotheringham did a great job of not fouling there, but having a presence, and then a foul going to be called here on Sloan Sua.
You know, Westlake's had a few of those fouls after they miss a layup and Lone Peak gets the rebound. You can't foul there. You know, now you're at 4 fouls, and you're 5 minutes into the third quarter. You just got to bust your tail back and get on defense, and you can't give up fouls there because now they're shooting 2 at the free throw line after every foul.
Well, so I was going to ask, if you're Lone Peak now, do you say, hey, we're getting in the lane on every possession, trying to, you know, get to the line, get extra free throws in this one?
Absolutely. I think you're going to start to see that as they look for a little pin down for a post.
There's one.
Yep.
So we're heading to the line.
Free throws. Got to be a little bit more disciplined defensively to stay in front and not foul.
So Brimhall here to the free throw line. And you mentioned, I mean, you don't get to 5 fouls in a quarter without obviously a lot of individuals picking up individual fouls. Mentioned Thompson's on the bench with 3, and you've got a couple other players here sitting at 2 for Westlake. So kind of wonder the attrition, how this will work out as Thompson said to check in here.
Yeah, it's a risk, right? But I think it's the right risk to do. I don't know if I would put Thompson back on Crew. I'd have him guarding somebody else so that he doesn't get a 4th foul here in the third quarter.
Brimhall, his second free throw. No. Boy, you can get to the line, but you got to make them to have an impact. Missed opportunity there.
Yeah, big misses there. They got to make those.
Anderson, there's the lane. Wrap around to Norwood.
He's so dangerous getting to his right hand, getting to 2 feet, making a good play. You got to keep him going to his left.
And I love the way he just kind of prodded and waited. There's the lane. Boom, I'm attacking. Young for 3, no.
Yeah, those are the shots that Lone Peak needs to try to not have. Even though Saxton can make those, it's just tough, especially as Westlake starts to make a run here.
Approach the midway point here in our third. Anderson, blocked by Young. Nice defensive play there by Saxton.
Yeah, they've kind of gone back to that play several times to a zipper cut and handoff ball screen. It's a good look, and it has Anderson going to his left hand, which he still can dribble left. It's just he's so dynamic going right that you'll take your losses there. Oh, Jensen wide open in the corner, missed.
Norwood. Inside. Boy, that one might have been deflected by Broadhead. Ooh, Jensen nearly got that back.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad shot by Norwood. I just would rather see him shoot a 3 or do a straight line drive. As he has a big 6'9" guy on him, he needs to maybe look to dish that off. Oh, that's a foul.
I'll let that one go. Here's Young.
Fotheringham at the elbow.
He'll try to drive, cuts through, blocked inside, and last touch there by Fotheringham. What a play by Thompson.
Yeah, it's just those are the plays that just make you sweat as a coach as he's guarding Fotheringham going to the rim and getting blocks. Getting his fourth would be really, really bad for this Westlake team.
Yes, it would. What even looked like Fotheringham had a step on him there, too. Thompson did a great job to recover on that reach.
Backdoor look, didn't go. Basika, heaven's sakes.
Man, what a shooting performance from Malik Sika. It continues here in the quarterfinal. Push to a 7-point lead.
Need a really good shot here. No contested shots here.
They do have Thompson on crew, and he's really still just trying to lock him up. Hughes
coming back
to Fotheringham. Boy, on the drive, he's fouled, not by Thompson, but it does feel like Brody's getting that hand in on the midsection a lot. You could probably have him fouled out of this game in a lot of games, right?
Yeah, and it's tough to stay in front of him without having a hand on him, you know, and so he's got to be careful here the last 2 minutes. If I'm Coach Carling with a 7-point lead, maybe a 5-point lead here in the next minute or so, I'd think about taking him out so that you can save him for the fourth quarter.
We talk about the fouls adding up. That was the third on Malik Sika. He'll stay on here. Fotheringham making the first, has a second free throw here. No. Norwood with the rebound.
Yeah, you know, free throw shooting to this point has kind of been the Achilles heel for Lone Peak. They've left a lot on the floor, not making free throws. Comes the handoff to a ball screen.
Anderson.
2 feet.
Sika, the hand in on that one. Brimhall here going to be whistled. Just the second team foul on Lone Peak.
Coach Carling was working on that foul there on the sideline and got a good call.
How many fouls do you feel like you got called for your team when you were on the bench?
Well, it depends. If Courtney Littledyke was officiating, 0.
Nice.
Shout out to Courtney.
We got to cut that one for him. That's beautiful. Would be lying if I said you didn't have to be a little politician when you're a head coach, right?
Yep, and these two coaches do that very well,
yes,
especially
they do.
Coach Carling. He's been in the game, and he's working the official right now.
Thompson, shot clock down to 12. We're trying to back down Crew.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Tough shot, Brody Thompson.
Brody Thompson. Tough shot, great defense by Crew there. Nothing really he could do about that shot.
That's his
Gotta
first bucket of the game.
Cannot foul there.
Thrown into space and turned over. Have another look at that Thompson, man.
Yeah. And that could get him going. He needs to get going offensively.
Anderson off the high screen. Count the bucket for Graydon Anderson.
It's a great chip screen there, and Anderson just getting downhill. He's just so deadly. If you see the back of his jersey, you're going to be in deep trouble as we look at the replay here. I mean, that's a great finish by him.
Foul called on Andreoli.
Such a great player. I think he's a all-region academic all-state player as well, Graydon Anderson.
Wow.
So he's smart.
Well, he plays smart. Chance for an and one, he gets it. And a foul here.
Oh, this is going to be big because it could be Saxon.
It's on Saxon.
Or is that his third?
I don't remember if he had picked one up here in this third quarter yet. Third.
Okay. All right, that's fine. It's a big play, though.
Yep. You give the ball right back to Westlake. 11-point lead for the Thunder. And we had a hold here on Brimhall. And now Westlake will go to the line. Boom, boom, boom. 3 fouls in a span of, what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, that's a tough break. And when you put Westlake at the free throw line,
it's not good.
They shoot a high percentage from the free throw line.
This was a 1-point game at half. It has been a 15-5 run by Westlake.
This is going to be a big minute 34 for Lone Peak. They've got to get some stops, but they've got to get a good shot here. And I'm going to Crew here, getting to the rim and putting pressure on Thompson to guard him. If you can get him with 4 fouls, that would be really big for Lone Peak.
Got to spark some offense. Young. Ooh, boy. He'll take a dribble, take the 3. No. Ball batted around. Fotheringham tried to put it up, but he walked with it. His balance never really had it as that ball came down, and Lone Peak turns it over.
Yeah, Coach Carling talking about Saxon Young's push-off. He was very fortunate not to get called on that play.
I will say this. I don't think they've called a lot of cheap ones today.
No.
All the fouls have been earned, and even that one's like, yeah, you would probably call that in a regular season game, not in a quarterfinal game. Jensen, no. Anderson keeps it. Trying to split the defense. And, yeah, you mentioned hard fouls. This one going to be called on Sua.
You know, Westlake went back to their zipper action and pin down for Jensen, where they did the first half, they did it for Sika. And that's what's great about good coaching, right? He rides the wave. He sees somebody that has made a couple of shots and is playing well, then he goes to that, and he can just put that guy in that position. That kind of coaching is elite.
That's why Carling, man, the more you watch his teams, it feels like every year you know they're going to be competing for a region championship, prepared for a postseason run. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's seniors, juniors, sophomores. I mean, Graydon Anderson, he's getting significant time as a sophomore, you know? I mean, multi-year guys, football guys, Sua and Sika. I mean, it's just every year his teams are so well coached. He does a great job. Split the trip there by Hughes.
Got to get a stop here, Lone Peak. Got to try to cut this to 10.
Final minute of this third.
You'll see Lone Peak's defense start to ramp up here. Going to the free throw line.
Be the second on Crew, and it is Thompson here to the line. Now, here's what I'll say. That hand in the body is no different than what we've seen earlier, right?
Yeah, I think the problem is it's 35 feet away. I don't know if it should be called, but it didn't necessarily affect the play, and it's kind of going on the other end. But you've got to be careful when you're putting hands on somebody as they're dribbling.
Now, if I were to defend Crew, and this may sound homerish, but he's the guy who's had the hand in his body all game. And that's where it's like, okay, so I do it, and I get called, but they're doing it to me. I can't get off, and now that's okay.
And I think that's what Coach Ingles is talking about right now with Kinghorn.
And that's why I would go directly to him here, because, again, with Brody having in his foul situation, see if you can't pick up another one. Oh, man.
Yeah, Westlake doing a little run and jump, trying to get the ball out of Saxon Young's hands. Probably should have shot that 3 there.
This feels like Lone Peak has gotten out of sync here in this second half.
No, they have to get a stop here. Try to get some momentum.
Can be the last possession of this third quarter.
Fotheringham's just got to be careful here. Don't get any cheap fouls and put him at the free throw line.
They bring pressure. Little step around, count it good.
Wow, he just subbed in too. What a big play by Lincoln Anderson.
Young at the horn. It's a 21-6 third quarter for Westlake as they take a 53-37 lead into the fourth quarter. You're watching the 6A quarterfinal on KSLSports.com. 53-37. Coach, you brought up a great point. The second round game for Westlake. They played Cedar Valley. Not had a great year this year. Cedar Valley led that game by 7 in the third quarter. And then what happened?
Yeah, I mean, Westlake woke up and they can just flood the system with points. I mean, it is hard to stay in front of them when they start get going.
Storms are brewing here in the morning. The Thunder, big third quarter. Can they continue it here in the fourth, advance to a semifinal? Anderson.
You see that drive, that patience by Anderson. Under control. Uh-oh, Saxon with the little dig.
Man, able to get it out. Shot clock down to 10 here.
You're really going to start seeing Lone Peak pressure as they've been down in some of their region games. They get out and double, and you can give up some layups.
I was blocked inside by Broadhead. Foul called on Lincoln Anderson, his first. Sika checking back in here for the Thunder.
Sika got 31 seconds of rest this game. So, you know, it is important to get him a little bit of rest, but he doesn't need much.
Boy, Westlake pressuring here. And it works. Jensen able to deflect it. Thompson on the drive.
Good take.
I'll bring the double over. Yep, Anderson too aggressive there.
Blood is in the water for Westlake, and now they're running and jumping and putting pressure on Lone Peak on making decisions.
Young gives this over to Andrioli. Man, he's had a couple of those today.
Yeah, big shot, and it was deep, well beyond the college three.
Lone Peak needed that.
Here comes the run and jumps. This is where Westlake's just got to be careful not to dribble into traffic. Use the pass, ball fake, and get to 2 feet.
When you talk about getting to 2 feet, describe for our viewers what you mean there.
Yeah, so you're in better control if you can jump stop and not have a pivot. And you can then choose your pivot. And when you're getting trapped and pressured, you want to, Sika.
Oh my goodness.
2
It's
feet
just become
there,
normal.
right off the three.
Yep, it's just become normal today for Malik Sika. I think now what, 5 of 6?
Yeah, he is blistering hot.
And a foul called here as Hughes was trying to go back up with it.
You're going to see the game now kind of shift into some chaotic defense as Lone Peak's got to try to scratch and get themselves back into this game. Look to get to Fotheringham on a lob there. Doesn't work.
Yeah, Thompson just stayed right with them. Fotheringham, he might have to create to find his offense here in this fourth quarter.
And that's what's so tough about this Westlake team, just creating on your own.
Andrioli on the drive and a charge.
Now the charge circle for college, that would have been a block.
Yep.
However, in high school, as you see on the replay, let's see if he's in. His feet are in the charge circle, but that's not the rule.
Would you like to see a restricted area in high school?
Oh, I would love to, but it's just so hard. It puts a lot of pressure on officials to see that, and there's no replay for them. They've got to get it right the first time. Good take. He is a man on a mission, willing this team to get to a semifinal game.
The storm continues. 20-point lead for the Thunder. Broadhead, that shot won't go. Andrioli.
Yep.
And a foul called here on Norwood as Skyler went to the floor hard. Another look at that last bucket. It's the inside-outside balance of this offense for Westlake. I mean, Coach, we were talking before the game, their last regular season game played Harriman. They were limited to 40 points, and Harriman beat them earlier in the year. I think people were surprised that Harriman swept them.
Yeah.
But to limit them to 40, and you watch, it's like, yeah, how would you do that? Because you see how dynamic this offense can be for the Thunder. It's just got a lot of versatility and a lot of scoring power on it, and that's been on display this morning.
Yeah, tough to hold this team to that. Fourth foul for Thompson, it looks like. That could be interesting with just under 6 minutes.
First one good there for Crew.
Got to make these free throws. It's a good hit. Here comes the chaos.
We've
They're
seen
gonna run and jump.
We've seen big quarter runs in this tournament, including that third quarter put on by Westlake. But Lone Peak, they got to be almost precise. Every possession remaining is a loose ball foul here going to be called inside on Andreoli.
So Westlake's got to be careful, right? There's a reason why teams pressure and trap. It's not only to get deflections and steals, but it's to hurry up the offense. He shoots that with maybe 27 seconds on the shot clock. And it's not a bad shot, especially if it goes in. But you really want to take your time here and not hurry them up. If you are patient, you can get a layup.
Nice hand there by Fotheringham, able to get a piece as Sika had that dribble off his foot. And be back over with Lone Peak. One stop at a time for the Knights. Now you got to execute on the offensive end.
Knights aren't going to come back doing this one-on-one. They've got to move the ball, get the ball to him, and he's got to go score.
Fotheringham kicks now to Hughes. No. I also wonder, as Lone Peak, they hit a couple early threes. Feels like they've kind of cooled off from long range. They've not kept pace with Westlake from beyond the arc. As a drive here by Sua and an offensive foul. That'll be, I think, his fourth.
Yes. Well, Westlake's not going to give open shots to Young and Fotheringham. And so the other players need to be ready to shoot.
My apologies. That was the fifth foul on Sua. I missed that. I thought he still had just the three, but Sloan Sua has now fouled out.
Number 21 subs in. Hasn't had a lot of time, but I believe he's a senior. And
Caleb Noftel.
Yep, bringing him in. Not going to be a huge drop-off. He's a good player.
Oh, how about that pass? Up
What
to
a
Anderson.
pass. Good finish by Anderson. And that's what Westlake needs to do under the chaos, is get layups, not threes. Got to be a little bit faster here for Lone Peak. Can't take too much time.
Oh,
Good
nice
take.
move. A little shimmy there. Able to get to the rim, put it up and score for Brimhall. And a timeout going to be taken here by Lone Peak. 62-44, Westlake. Feeling good here in the quarters. Westlake basketball. Going for the home run. Oh, man. Sika. A rare two-point shot, though. I mean, that's not going to help his efficiency.
Yeah. That was a tough layup, and he made it look easy.
Yes, he did. You know the other thing, too? They're still running. Like, Westlake does not look tired.
No.
Foul going to be called here. Noftel.
Yeah, just can't have these fouls. There's no sense in giving just free points to Lone Peak. You've got to be aggressive without holding and grabbing and reaching.
As we head down here, take free throws here with the Knights. Saxon Young to the line. Coach, we were talking during that timeout just about, Westlake tri-region champs. Is that the right term? With Bingham and Harriman and Mountain Ridge. All those teams are in our quarters. Man, just been such a difficult year out of Region 2. And all those teams have been tested night in, night out. And you see some of that metal shining through for Westlake here in this morning game.
Yeah, Region 3 is tough. 4 teams. The nightcap for Mountain Ridge and Bingham.
That'll be a great one.
It's going to be an awesome game. Both coaches well prepared, tough teams, talented teams on both ends.
As Caton checking back in here for Lone Peak.
And Lone Peak just going with a little man-to-man pressure. You're going to run and jump this. It's important that Westlake is ready for that middle pass right there.
I mean, how about that's such an impressive pass by Sika as this one blocked at the rim. Lone Peak trying to get out on the run.
I love the drive. I just like that to be at the 10-second mark on the shot clock, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad he skipped on the three. He can certainly make it. But again, they're trying to hurry Westlake up. If you have layups, take them. If you don't, run your offense. You're going to get a layup if they're going to run and jump you if you're solid.
You know, it's so fun. I mean, we cover a lot of sports. You see a guy like Malik Sika have the year he had on the gridiron, And then to see him have the year he's having on the basketball floor and in this quarterfinal, it's awesome. Multi-sport athletes, man. Big fan. Jensen there at the rim with the finish.
Risky pass. Finishes though.
And a foul called here on Graydon Anderson. Will send Caton to the line.
Yeah, frustrating for Westlake coaches when they have those types of fouls that aren't at the rim and you're giving up free throws. Got to be disciplined and not fouling there down the stretch here.
So let me ask you a question on that, because I know what you're saying, but you know, there have been times where I'm like, what does it matter? They're up by 20. There's 4 minutes to go. Coach doesn't care. It's like, that's about coaching for the next game and getting the mindset of a player. Is that fair?
I think it's both, yeah. But remember, you've got Saxon Young and Fotheringham who is lightning in a bottle. They can start going. And if you start turning it over, these are high school 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. So, you know, it's fragile if you start turning the ball over.
You know who that sounds like? That sounds like a coach right there, right? It's not over until it's over.
Absolutely.
It's a mindset you have to have. Norwood out of the corner. That shot won't go. That was another one that was taken quickly, Coach, and it's Lone Peak basketball.
Yeah, it's a good shot in normal terms, but, hey, it's winning time, and you're going against the clock right now. You're not going against Lone Peak. So Westlake just needs to settle in a little bit and try to get layups into the free throw line if they can.
I love that you said it's winning time, by the way.
Yeah.
That's an amazing documentary.
Yeah.
Just throwing that one out there. Back to Hughes.
Good play.
Nice. Well, he burst on the scene in this game, had those quick 8 points. That might be his first bucket since the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, he started off hot.
Timeout taken here by Lone Peak. It will be a full timeout, so we'll take it with him. We'll step aside, be back here to the 6A quarterfinal. Lone Peak here with pressure. Coach, you talked about it. You expect this. And Fotheringham going to be called here on the foul. Trying to reach around. That'll be the third team foul on Lone Peak. If you're Lone Peak, do you feel like you've got to get to the bonus here quickly, or are you not worried about that with this deficit?
I think you're going to get there naturally with how aggressive you're playing right now. So you just want to try to cause the chaos. See, now they're in the bonus after this next foul. So you're fine with that. They just need to get some deflections, stay down, and create some turnovers and not give up layups.
That was the fourth on Saxon Young. Doubled. Anderson lost it. Caton got around first line. He'll head to the rim and just get
Another
the lane
one.
to go. Cut to 15.
Young's got to be careful here. He needs to be aggressive, but he cannot foul out of this game.
A couple of things there for Jensen on that inbound. He was slow to pick up the ball. You have 5 seconds. Then he was, taking time on inbounding. You drain off an extra couple seconds on that inbound.
Yeah, and typically you're going to get maybe 6 or 7 seconds the way the count is counted. So
as 3 minutes to go here, we're going to stay here for this timeout. We'll have a look at the 6A bracket once again. We've got 2 more quarterfinals coming up for you today. We mentioned Lehigh advancing, Harriman AF, Bingham Mountain Ridge. There's that theme of those Region 2 teams, right? But, man, we've got 2 fantastic ones. Coach, your thought on those matchups coming up later today?
Well, I'm really excited to watch this next game with Harriman and American Fork. Coach Meacham going back to his old turf to play American Fork. And I know he's not thinking about that at all. He's just thinking about his team and his guys. However, it's going to be a really good matchup. Both teams match up well together. And then going back to the rubber match with Bingham and Mountain Ridge as they split in region. And, Bingham having a really good year. Luke West is a sensational player. And then you've got Jordan Horsley over there at Mountain Ridge and a couple other seniors that have had a really good year. And Coach Ashton is doing an amazing job with Mountain Ridge.
And Tyson Horsley, a youngster, a sophomore, that kid is going to be a baller. He's a stud. You mentioned Luke West for Bingham. We did the Bingham Westlake game. And he had 21 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Luke West did.
Yeah.
He can go off.
He's a dangerous player.
Yes, he is. Lone Peak extending that pressure. You see that ball moving around here for the Thunder, trying to take time off Jensen. They'll concede the 2.
And that's what you'll take for Westlake, your layup only.
Fotheringham worked inside. Yep.
Gonna fill the middle here.
Giving up. 2-on-1. Young to the rim. Won't go. Caton, the putback does.
Taking his time, like you said. He's got the baseline to run. Pass when you can.
So this will be Graydon Anderson walking out of the line. 13-point game, 2 to play. Again, not out of the realm, but every trip to the line now going to be huge for the Thunder.
I mean, I don't want to jinx Westlake on their free throws, but they don't miss
No.
free throws. They don't.
You got to feel really confident as a Westlake fan in this situation.
You do. Oh, and I did it.
Hey, you're now an official broadcaster, Coach. Welcome. Well, I've been trying to get you here officially for years.
Sorry, Graydon. Oh, I really did a number on you. I apologize.
We did have a lane violation here, so he'll get another opportunity.
That's big. Can't give up any points here for Lone Peak.
Mentioned for the Knights' first year for Coach Izzy Engel. Those first years, they're tough. New programs trying to establish a culture. And this day and era, keep players and really challenging. Corner 3, that one hit by Broadhead. And a timeout taken here with 1:50 to go. An 11-point game. Now, one of the points, Coach, this is a 30-second. We'll stay here. Clock does not stop after a made bucket, right? So you now have one left if you're Lone Peak, just the one timeout left, and so you have to be very intentional on when to call that. But yeah,
you know, those timeouts are worth gold, and so you know you got 2 minutes left, just under 2 minutes, and only one timeout. If you're going to make a run here, a little push, that you got an opportunity, you're going to need some of these timeouts to stop the clock under, a minute or 30 seconds. As Westlake's obviously taking their time, taking the ball out of bounds after it goes in. I would like to see maybe Saxon Young get subbed here so he doesn't get his 5th foul and then come back in for offense. But
because you're going to be fouling in this situation, right?
Yeah, well, you're going to be aggressive, and it usually looks like a foul. They're going to call it.
There's
especially
Young.
down the stretch here. Good defense.
That deflected, got to get it up the floor. And it will be Sika to throw it down. Boy, it looked like they might have had him in a backcourt violation, but Anderson just throws it up. And Malik Sika with a finish.
What a game for him. He has really shown out.
Fotheringham with a long 3. And that's the last Lone Peak timeout. It'll be a 30-second. But that's where we talked about in that third quarter. It was like, maybe Cruz got to assert his offense a little bit more. He did there, hits it. That's maybe been the piece that they haven't been able to get him going consistently enough through this game.
He's made the right play, but sometimes as the guy on the team, you need to take some difficult shots, and that was just a difficult shot he took. He's going to have to take a little bit more of those here the next minute 25.
Fotheringham just a junior, so Saxon Young. Both of those young men have another year. Trailing here by 10, and how big is it, Coach, for players to get here to the site, to play in this environment, play on this floor, in this arena for follow-up years?
Yeah, it's everything. To get that experience, just talking to Coach Casey Walkenhurst, he has some guys coming back next year, and just getting them this opportunity to feel what it feels like and see what it looks like is huge for your program and your momentum moving to trying to win a state championship.
And a 5-second count. So Lone Peak able to defend the inbound. They'll have the possession here. Just under 90 seconds to play.
Got to have a clock in your head to call timeout as you're the inbounder. And Westlake's got 3 timeouts.
Yep.
They have 1 to burn at least.
This was a 20-point game 2.5 minutes ago. Fotheringham, catch and shoot.
Oh.
No.
Good rebound by Jensen.
Boy, that would have been big if that went down.
It would have been. It was a good look. It looks like that's Saxon Young's 5th foul.
He disagrees. Gave a little head shake there.
I don't think I've ever fouled in my whole life. So I understand how he feels right now.
I didn't foul in my whole life. It's because you have to be on the floor to foul, right? So.
Well, that's a big loss,
Yep.
you know, if you're trying to make a comeback.
Well, and his defensive intensity, too. You know, I mean, a lot of these traps, he's been in the middle of that. And
yeah, getting to the U and playing in these games is so important to players. But I'm telling you, for the coaching, there is nothing better than today and the games that they're playing. And you're playing on the state stage against the best programs in the state. And so it means a lot to everybody a part of that program.
Jensen split the trip. Caton bringing it up the floor. Hughes straight away blocked. Gets
Stays
it back. Nice. Hughes got a hand on it. Found its target of Norwood. Inside a minute is Fotheringham here with the foul. Talk about this Lone Peak team and their season. 15-10 overall, 4-4 in Region 3 as Fotheringham. That was his 5th, so he is fouled out. Had a close loss in the opener to Layton Christian Academy. It beat PG, beat Springville. Kind of in the middle of their schedule, had a couple disappointing losses. They lost to Lehigh. American Fork, Skyridge closed out with a win over Lehigh, and then obviously that first round or second round win over Corner Canyon.
Yeah, they've been up and down a little bit this year, but still a very talented team.
Yes.
At the 9 seed.
And I mean, you know, you've had first year as head coaches. It takes a little bit for players to kind of learn the system and understand the styles and fundamentals of that particular coach. And
well, and it's the coach getting used to what he's got,
yeah,
right, and figuring out what players he has on his roster.
And in this case, moving from 5A to 6A, right? Like
Sure.
going from Timpview to Lone Peak and new region with that is, you know,
yeah, going against
got the
different
tradition
teams.
of having, you know, top teams, the state title contending teams.
Yeah, you get kind of used to playing against, coaching-wise, playing against other coaches that
Yep.
are in your league. And so when you jump up to 6A and you haven't really learned much about what the style of play is for some of these other teams, it is a learning curve. But if there's anybody that can do it, it's Coach Engel. I mean, he is very experienced and has coached at the top level with top teams. And so that's not hard for him to adapt.
A team that swept Corner Canyon this year. 3 matchups. Got every one of them.
And that Corner team is good.
Really
They're
good.
a good team. Their record might not show it, but they played tough competition all year, national competition. Yep. And, yeah, that was a solid group to be able to beat them.
Anderson hits it 76-65. 40 seconds to go. As this one, was it deflected? Yes, it was. It'll stay here.
Got to get something quick, but you don't have any timeouts to stop the clock, so you'll have to foul quick.
In the lane, Andrioli up off the glass and good.
I didn't think he had any more. Is that a technical?
The scoreboard doesn't, yeah.
Yep, he took it anyways.
That's I don't know that I've ever seen that, Coach.
Well, some coaches have done that on accident.
That was intentional.
That looked intentional to me. I don't think it's worth it. Especially putting him at the line.
Against Lone Peak for not having a timeout and calling one. Shooting the free throw is Graydon Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Eagle went right for his whiteboard like, I'm using it.
Yep.
As Anderson hits them both, it'll be Westlake basketball.
And again, that's why timeouts are so important at the end of the game. You have to be able to use them under a minute to stop the clock and talk to your team.
And he could argue, well, using them early allowed me to reel this in from 20. And
Absolutely.
he probably wouldn't be wrong, right?
Yep.
But it's one where it's like, well, you just got yourself in such a hole. You didn't really have a whole lot of options at that point. Foul here on Caton will be free throws now for the Thunder.
Well,
go ahead.
Good season for Lone Peak. I mean,
Just got a note. Graydon Anderson was 18 points away from 1,000 points coming into this game. He had 7 in the first half. I'm trying to figure out, did he have 11 in the second half? He's going to be awfully close.
Yes, he is. Well, he's certainly going to get it for the next game.
I was going to say, if not today, tomorrow, right?
Mom can get the poster ready.
That's right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're great.
30-second timeout here for Westlake.
It's time to get those JV players that have been on the scout team this week. You know, getting these varsity players ready. Get them on this court and let them feel the energy.
We've got a great rest of the week of basketball. Obviously, 2 more 6A quarters today. We talked about that. Then we've got the girls' 6A quarters today. So 6 more games on tap here from the Huntsman Center. And then we've got semifinals all day tomorrow, folks. 5A, 6A boys and girls. And then, of course, Championship Friday. A ton of more high school basketball for you right here on KSLSports.com. You don't need to go anywhere else. We've had you all week. This is the place you want to be to catch your favorite team and the rest of their postseason as so many players pursuing that ultimate goal of a state championship.
Can I throw some shade a little bit? 3 games in a row for a state championship.
That's hard, isn't it?
Is not easy. It does take a lot of the prep work out from coaches and strategy, and then players' legs. You know, these guys are playing extremely hard, and to have 3 straight games in a row, to me, is something that we should try to avoid.
I would agree. I saw the schedule, I was like, man, that is going to be rough.
Yeah.
And you talk about how tough 6A is at the top. I mean, the bracket release, I think I said 10 teams could win a championship in 6A this year, and it may be the best conditioned or the one who's able to be the most healthy, rested. We go morning today, evening tomorrow, and then evening Friday is the way the schedule lays out on the boys' side.
So you look at the teams that are still in the tournament, and what teams have the most depth.
Yep.
Obviously, Westlake is right around 6 or 7 players, so they're going to have a lot of minutes on their legs. Harriman's the same way, 7 to 8 players. Bingham can play up to 10 to 12 players.
They are really deep.
And Mountain Ridge is the same way, where they've got about 7 or 8 players. So those legs coming down to the championship game could matter. Unfortunately, it kind of takes some of the strategy out where these coaches can prepare, watch film, and get a good game plan for the next opponent.
Well, and that's where time management as a coach as well, right?
Yeah.
If you know I've got to be playing, you've got to win this game, right?
Absolutely.
But when you win this game, you got to start thinking about the rest of that week and how you manage minutes for, health. Unfortunately, all these kids are 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
They're not our age, but
no, they can do it, but it does wear them down.
It does wear.
And it might not show all the time, but it's there.
Line change for both sides. Lincoln Anderson with this rebound as the final seconds ticking off. Westlake holds off Lone Peak. A huge third quarter as the Thunder defeat the Knights 82-67 your final score. Coach, your final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, just congratulations to Coach Carling going back to the Final Four. No easy feat. Difficult to get there in 6A with all the talent. Just a tremendous job by him staying at number 1 in 6A the whole year. And, you know, they're the team to beat. And they looked really, really good tonight.
They played like it this morning. Man, were they impressive. 82-67 your final score. Westlake over Lone Peak. We've got our next quarterfinal coming up next. It's Harriman and American Fork. As we will take just a minute here, we're going to throw this down on the floor. We've got a post-game interview for you coming up here next.
Down Malik. Malik, you guys are on your way to the semifinals. It took a lot in that first half, but how'd you guys pull away in the second?
You know, just as a team, you know, we love each other and we're willing to do whatever it takes, you know, for each other. Whether it be diving on the floor, making that shot, making an extra pass. You know, this team's great. Looking forward to tomorrow and see how we battle against these two.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Sika was fantastic. The energy he brought, his three-point shooting, and his finishing ability, a difference today for the Thunder. And now let's go down to the floor with Coach Nate Carling.
Coach, it was a little bit of a tight second half, or first half. How were you guys able to pull it open here in the second?
No, just confidence. We've been a really good second half team all year, and just think credit to Lone Peak. They came out, played really well at the beginning of the game, hit a bunch of shots on us. I was proud of our guys for being resilient. You know, as a number 1 seed and getting down, so you know sometimes you could fold a little bit, but our guys were resilient, just stuck to it. Made a good run the second quarter, great run in the third quarter, and then just kind of held on. But that was a great win for our guys.
And then you guys haven't been to the semifinals since that COVID year. How does it feel to get back to this game?
We were there the next year too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so it's good. Yeah, we're excited to be there, and feel like we've kind of earned our way there too. I mean, every day in practice, obviously the record speaks for itself, but these kids, they just work really hard every day in practice. So they held themselves to a really high standard and the expectation. They've seen themselves here, so it's not a surprise to us.
All right, Coach. Congrats. We'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Congratulations, Coach Carling. Back to a semifinal as Westlake played like number 1. They defeat Lone Peak. Our next quarterfinal, AF Harriman. Coming up in 10 minutes here at the Huntsman Center. Come join us for more great basketball in the 6A state tournament.